Hey, what's up guys? Danny here, and today I wanted to talk to you about how to prioritize like a 5-year-old. So, what do I mean by that? So, when it comes to prioritizing your tasks for your projects and your operations, anything that it is that you want to get done in your business or whatever your day is going to be thrown at you, one of the things is how do you prioritize all the things that are on your plate, right? So maybe you've got work tasks, or you've got personal tasks that need to be done, household tasks, those sort of things. But how do you prioritize all that stuff um, without dropping the ball on key things that need to get done? So when I looked at this, I was actually recorded a video not too long ago, maybe I think about a week ago, about my experience with an Agile product owner class for building Legos. Um, Building Legos for like requirements based on a project, and how to iteratively build on those requirements to satisfy the customer's needs. Well, it was interesting because we're using Legos, and so it was like, this is like 5-year-olds use this. My son loves using Legos, and but it was really an eye opener for me to, use them in a different context, in a completely different manner, in the work that I do every day, which is doing this prioritization as a product owner, and so it got me thinking about, like, studying a little bit more about how kids, 5-year-olds in particular, prioritize their tasks, and they don't really necessarily think too deeply about like everything else, the whole laundry list that has to get done. The really first in, first out type of Kanban style is just that, I've got something top of mind, I'm going to go and do it. And that's it. And I don't get sidetracked by anything else because I'm very focused and one track mind oriented. So if I'm thinking like a 5-year-old, I am just picking that one task that I need to do, and just getting it done, and not thinking too much about all the other stuff that I have on my plate, because that just is very inefficient, ineffective, and you end up spinning your wheels. An hour goes by and you haven't gotten anything done, right? And so really it comes down to not necessarily the prioritization aspect, but getting things done aspect of things. So you're never going to get prioritization 100% right, and that's one thing I learned. So you've got competing tasks, and everything especially in today's world, is always a priority. Think about it. If you're at work, your boss or your boss's boss or your peers, like, there's always going to be someone coming to you with something that needed to be done yesterday, right? So just really kind of approaching your task management and the work that you do just kind of ad hoc, and speed of implementation, just tackling it as fast as you can, is really going to be the key to your high velocity and performance. But that's like thinking like a 5-year-old. So like blocking out everything else that is on your list, and just picking that one thing, and just focusing like with laser like intention on getting that thing done. So when I watch my son build his Legos, it's like everything else doesn't matter. He's focused on just completing the project that he has in his mind. They're actually some pretty elaborate projects. I'll have to share them sometime. But that's that's how to prioritize like a 5-year-old. So I don't know if this is definitely something I've been looking at and applying to the day-to-day work that I do, but also helping my son being a little bit more organized, because one thing we haven't done, and this is something that my instructor from the Agile class I took the other week shared with the class, is that he actually has his son. He's got a couple children, but he started doing stand-ups. So for those of you who are familiar with Agile stand-ups, you basically talk about what you've completed, what you're working on, and what sort of obstacles or roadblocks or impediments, as they call it, you've experienced since the last time you met. And so I'm trying to get my son to wake up a little bit more earlier in the morning so that we can actually start working on a Kanban board. He loves Post-it notes, so I mean, that's just kind of like a win-win right there. So just start listing out a few simple tasks that he needs to get done. Maybe it's his homework for the day, or making sure he's got all of his stuff together in his book bag before he goes to school. So some simple things to start getting that habit for him of organization, and just, you know, being proactive rather than reactive each morning, and seeing how that works. Because my instructor said it's been a dream to actually start doing this, and to start teaching his kids to follow this model. And so yeah, so I'm going to be doing that, and I'll share with you how that's working out. But it's exciting because I actually told my son about it. He seems a little bit, he's not really sure what that means, but once we start practicing, I'm sure it'll be lots of fun. But anyway, I hope this video has some value for you. Go ahead and check out the other video. Like I posted a video last week about Legos, so check that out if you're interested in you know, maybe in using Legos to perform some sort of exercises to help you with your prioritization in your project. So anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.